Hello, I'm Sophie and I'm an Associate Director in the Global Market Access team here at Pretori Evidence. And today I'll be talking through the poster that my colleague Nicole Ludowski and I have developed for ISPOR 2025 in Montreal. So the Academy of Managed Care Pharmacy, or AMCP, format for formulary submissions provides a comprehensive dossier framework through which manufacturers can share clinical and pharmacoeconomic evidence with US population health decision makers in a timely manner as they consider new products for coverage or formulary replacement. As I'm sure many people know, the AMCP dossier is not mandatory or a requirement for reimbursement in the way that, for example, HTA dossiers are in some markets. It's also not considered a form of promotional communication. Rather, the AMCP encourages the use of dossiers, which are typically provided in response to unsolicited requests from payers, as a mechanism for manufacturers to communicate information during the development and commercial life cycle of their products. There have been several iterations of the AMCP dossier format, and in April 2024, the AMCP released version 5.0. The updates in this version include guidance on developing pre-approval information exchange, or PI, documents, digital therapeutics, real-world evidence, and health disparities, as well as the need for brevity to streamline dossiers. And as engagement between manufacturers and decision makers in the US continues to evolve, it's really important to understand payer perspectives on best practice for the development and dissemination of AMCP dossiers, as well as the role of dossiers in facilitating timely product assessment and reimbursement. So with that in mind, the aim of our research was to explore US payer perspectives and preferences and the way that they use AMCP dossiers to support their formulary coverage and policy decisions. As this research comes 1 year on from the release of version 5 of the format, we also wanted to understand payers' level of familiarity with the updates made since the previous version, which was version 4.1. So to walk you through our poster, in March of this year, we recruited experienced current or former US payers via our Pretori payer network and asked them to participate in an online survey. All of the respondents were current or former voting members or participants in their organisation's Pharmacy and Therapeutics Committee. And the respondents included medical and pharmacy directors, as well as industry or trade relations professionals. And overall, they represented national and regional managed care organisations, national pharmacy benefit managers, and integrated delivery networks. And 94% of the respondents had at least 15 years experience at US payer organisations. So in figure 1, you can see that when asked about the value of AMCP dossiers, 89% of payers perceived post-approval or so-called approved product dossiers to be moderately to extremely valuable, and 61% of payers felt that the same is true for pre-approval dossiers. The reasons for the ratings varied. For example, respondents commented that post-approval dossiers are invaluable for comparative product evaluations and that they form the basis of P&T discussions. For pre-approval dossiers, some felt that it's useful to receive information early for proactive planning or budget planning purposes, while others noted some data limitations at this stage. In figure 2, you can see that in line with these findings, almost all payers shared that they use dossiers as either a primary or secondary information source. And while we didn't show these data, we found that when later asked about their preferred format of pre-approval information, the majority, so 56% of payers, said that they prefer to receive both a dossier and a PI deck together. We also asked payers about the importance of AMCP dossiers for different types of pharmaceutical and healthcare products, and this is shown in figure 3. Dossiers are consistently deemed important for pharmaceuticals and for combination products, such as those comprising a drug and device. For others, so for diagnostics, digital therapeutics and devices, perceived importance was more varied. And then when we looked at payer awareness of the updates made in version 5 of the format, only just over 10% of respondents reported being extremely knowledgeable about the updates. Most had some knowledge, and 22% were not aware of the new version at all. Finally, we explored the factors that contribute to dossier impact and quality and the potential implications of payers not receiving timely or high quality dossiers from manufacturers. The most important factors were reported to be transparency of dossier evidence, clear communication of product value proposition, and overall brevity and concision. And the most likely consequences of not doing these things included an increased burden on the P&T committee, because they'll need to find this information from other sources, delays in formulary coverage, and potentially deprioritization of the product review or assessment. So to summarise, as the US healthcare landscape becomes increasingly complex, it's really important that manufacturers create payer-facing resources that support clear and impactful communication of evidence and product value, and that these are based on a solid understanding of decision makers' preferences around this information. And our research highlights the importance of timely, high-quality AMCP dossiers, particularly post-approval dossiers, as a key source of evidence. Our findings confirm that dossiers are particularly important for pharmaceutical and combined products, and for other types of health technologies, it will be interesting to conduct further research to gain more nuanced insights into why perceptions around dossier importance for these products vary. If you would like to hear more about our research or to discuss how we could support you with the development of your pre- and post-approval US communication materials, please do get in touch.